Welcome back to another video. I'm trying to force myself to be more active with my site. I'm glad you guys liked last week's videos. I put up 5 videos last week and they got some good praise. Thank you. And I am getting a lot of encouragement from my viewers to be more active with my site. I'd like to name off a few of them. Mr. Carillion for one. 00 Fireman 501st. The Budget Jedi. Boshek71, we've been friends for a long time, just to name a few of you. A lot of you have been very supportive of me, and I thank you. I've got a lot of good praise for comments and things on my videos and just on my page. So, you know, I am kind of tired of that, but I am going to try to put out a couple of videos for you. I've got some stuff from eBay I'd like to show you first. First of all, the Legacy Collection, the kind of last hurrah for comic packs. I mentioned this a few months ago. I've got Baron Sunier Fell and Madam Director Izzard. Those of you who follow Rogue Squadron should appreciate this. Here's some other ones on the back. I will note the Luke and Han Solo one you can't get. I was hoping they would make that comic pack, but they didn't. Speaking of Han Solo, I ordered this guy off eBay. Wave 7 isn't even in Alaska yet. Wave 7 Han Solo, the Vintage Collection. I just creased him on the bed. I had this figure laying on the bed, and I went to read something, and I creased him on accident, the card, but I'm going to open him anyway. But this is a pretty nice figure. They were going to make this with the comic pack. As I announced several months ago, the Entertainment Earth exclusive comic pack right here. In a way, I'm disappointed that they didn't, because even though that Luke is just a repaint, that's Luke in the snow speeder gear. It kind of grew on me. I get an old retro comic book and, a Luke in all white snowspeeder gear. Apparently that's something to do with the comic book. It kind of grew on me that they would do that. So I was kind of looking forward to this comic pack. But in another way, I'm happy they did this, because a lot of times when they do make stuff exclusive, it is very hard to get. And I'm sure this new Han Solo, which is first time in a decade, would be rather hard to get. Here he is in 1980 to 82. The first time they redid this figure in a decade, and I've really been waiting for it. Another thing I'm going to try to get to, I've opened it and used it in a diorama, the Defensive Hoth Battle Pack. And I've got that here, spread out here on the desk. I'm going to try to do at least one review. I'm going to split the review up like I did last time, figures and equipment, and try to get that to you tonight as well. A lot happening in the world. Quite a bit of really bad things, I try to stay off of politics and everything, but, stuff's been happening. In America, our Dow just fell over 680 points. That's our stock market average, and last week it fell 500 something in one day. People are rushing to precious metals and things. They're afraid of a double-dip recession. I just read tonight there's riots in London. My condolences to the Brits. I've got a lot of British viewers out there. I hope you're safe, you and your families. Just things happening around the world. I try to stay off of politics and current events. I try to make this is kind of an escape. This is kind of an escape for me, an escape for a lot of us from our lives of Star Wars collecting. Another thing I'd like to offer my condolences to the people of Norway. I know you lost over 90 people in the attack recently. And I do have a couple Norwegian viewers. I'm not going to name them, but I have a couple of them. And my condolences to you and the people of Europe. I know it affects the European community. And I know you're not like America with our states, but like I have friends from different states who I work with. A friend of mine is from upstate New York. If something were to happen in New York State, it would somewhat affect him because his family's back there. Even though it would kind of affect Alaska in a way, because I know Europe's not like America. Your countries aren't like states, but I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah, my condolences to the people of Norway, and I've gotten a couple of messages from a couple of you, and my heart goes out to you. There are actually some places in Alaska, what we call the Panhandle, that are actually small Norwegian communities. They've traditionally been Norwegian. They're more of the Panhandle in Alaska. I've actually got a map behind me. I'll show you the map of Alaska. Hold on. It's down here. I'm not exactly sure what the names of the communities are, but I know some of them claim predominantly Norwegian heritage here. They're Norwegian Americans. So, our brothers and sisters in Norway, my heart goes out to you tonight, and the world's just in a mess right now, and this Star Wars review thing is like an escape for us. It's not like we as reviewers aren't aware of what's going on in the world. This is like, I kind of compare this to a lot of people who like sports. I know people who are heavily into football, American football or baseball. Actually one reviewer, he hasn't done reviewers in a while. His name is Gold Leader 1. He's a big baseball fan. He lives in New England as well as a Star Wars fan, and both of those things are an escape for him. So this is kind of what we do to take our mind off of things, and I'm going to bring you some videos tonight, and I hope you enjoy them. This is Supreme signing out, and as always, thank you for tuning in.